Alright guys, welcome aboard. Going to be doing another flight here in the Mediterranean. We're going to be going from Nice, France, over to Rome, Italy. And I picked up the Pan Am livery here for our 737-200. This is the FlyJSim. It's a pretty short flight, but I've got some Ortho 4XP photorealistic scenery that I kind of made sure I had along the route. So we've got that here in Nice and in Rome and one of the islands off the coast there that we're going to kind of fly by. I did this flight, or at least the reverse of it. I flew from like Rome to Nice the other day in the Zibo, and it worked out really good. So I kind of spotted out some of the islands and things like that where I wanted to get some ortho on them to make it look even better. So I did that, and thought I'd jump into the 200 here and just do some quote VFR visual flying here. Now we've got canned weather because the actual weather right now in Nice sucks. The real world, it's like stormy and thunderstorms and rainy and overcast and so got just some canned weather here, scattered conditions to make it nice because we want to look at the scenery. So should be a leisurely flight, no turbulence or anything like that. So let's turn down the music just a tad in the background there. Sometimes it gets a little loud. And let's jump in the plane and get going here. So let's see. First things first, let's get our GPU cart going. And we'll get our batteries on. We'll get our emergency exit lighting going. Go over to our ground power. And let's turn up our lighting here. Like I said, I flew the Zibo the last couple times, so I'm a little rusty on this thing. It should be pretty straightforward. There's only like 3 VORs that we're going to be hitting, and there's really the VOR here at Nice. There's one about the halfway point, and then there's Rome. So pretty easy flight. I'll bring up the map here in a second once we get everything configured over here. And let's see, what did I want to do? I get my lighting on. I like to have my panel lights up. Let's get this on. Right, panel brightness, floodlights, good. All right. And we'll get our APU fired up. Once we do that, I'll show you the route, and we'll get everything else going. So I've got fuel already in the plane. My APU going. Nope, the other way. Oh, sakes. Sometimes this is a little... I hate trying to grab the switches and whatnot, but you know, they work a little bit differently between the Zibo and this 737. So kind of where you put, you know, sometimes on the Zibo you just grab the end here. You know, I don't know, it's a little weird. All right, so let's get that light on. And you know, I'm going to kill the music here for right now. Let's get rid of that so we can hear all this good stuff happening over here. Let's see, what do I gotta do? I'm so rusty. Okay, I got the lights on, I think. I've got the APU starting up, I think. Right? Let's keep an eye on that. Yep, okay, it's starting to spool up. We'll turn their bleed on, trim air on, packs, put this packs on. Alright, and as soon as that engages and got our APU going, we can get rid of the GPU lawnmower here. Actually, you know, we got to close our door, so let's go out here and do that. Got the air stairs going here. Let me get rid of that. Let's get everything closed up here. So we'll get all that closed up. We'll get that closed up. There we go. It's fold up pretty quick. So here at Nice, like I said, we've got, it's got some pretty decent scenery and stuff, but some of the tarmac's a little hokey like this. Nothing I can do about that. Alright, we'll wait for the doors and the air stairs to get slid in. Nice little animation there. Alright, I think we've got our APU powered up, so let's go to APU power. There we go. Alright, that's better. Over to APU power. We'll get ready for a pushback here. So we'll get all of our fuel pumps on, and we'll get that GPU turned off. It's a little loud. What do I gotta get out of here? Alright, that all looks good. Seatbelt signs. Let's get smoking sign on, seatbelt sign on. And we'll get our window heat on. Pitot off. Electrical hydraulics on. And let's see, trim air is on. Or over here it's called the Gasper fan. We got 1 PAX on, and we're not going up to 33,000 feet. We're going to go to 25,000 feet. I forgot what the Rome elevation is, but we'll just set 50 feet. That should be good enough. Alright, I think we're ready to push back. Let's just get a couple more things set up over here. Altimeter setting 2992. Yeah, like I said, we're using canned weather, so it's all defaulted here. So yeah, that's good. That should be 2992. Yep, over on that side. And we'll just set our altitude over here 25,000. Is that what I said? Yep, 25,000. Alright, so that's where we're going. Alright, we're ready for the pushback cart. I'm going to go ahead and get my better pushback here. So winds are basically calm. So let's just push back here. We'll take one of the runways out.
Ground to cockpit. Blood knowledge. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Nice. We are ready.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I've got my headset on, and that's coming through my other speakers, not my headset, so I'm having a little trouble understanding him, but I can kind of figure out what he's doing. Alright, so let's get our beacon on here. Make sure I'm doing the right one here. Position lights, yes. Okay, good. Logo. Don't really need it on, but we'll put it on anyway. And yeah, I'm flying Pan Am. I figure I was trying to get like an Air France or Air Italia or whatever livery, but I couldn't find a decent one, so we're gonna go with Pan Am. I am American, flying in the Mediterranean here, so. Alright, parking brake is on, so he should be all set. Let's set our trim here while we're down here, and oh yeah, I was going to show you what I'm going to be doing over here.
All doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Okay, well, while he is looking to connect, let me make this a little bigger, get rid of our flight plan. Alright, so here's Nice. Let me zoom out a little bit. There you go, you can see there's Italy. Right, and that's our flight. Right there, it's pretty straightforward. So we got what, 150 miles to here, and then another 99 here. So pretty short flight. I've got ortho through this area right here because we're going to come across this whatever island this is, and then ortho in this area here, and then again ortho in Nice right here. So what I did want to do...
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Yeah. Hold tight there. Hold tight there, dude. We're going to set the VORs here. Okay, so we got Nice is 1092. Alright, so let's set that over here. 1092. There we go. And then the next one is all the way down here, and whatever this is, what is it? 114.7. We'll set that over here. We'll let he's going to start calling me again, so I can take the parking brake off.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Thank you very much. 114.7. Alright, 114.7. Got it. Alright, let's get that off of there. Alright, so I've got our two VORs set over here on both VOR 1 and 2. We'll go over to TARA on our transponder. No weather, so I'm not even going to bother with the weather radar here. We'll leave all that alone. Alright, and while we're pushing back here, we can get started up. So let's get the packs off, I said. Startup number 2. So I'm just waiting for the N2 to get up to about 20 right there. Alright, there we go. Introduce fuel. Let's make sure everybody's got their window shades up here. Sometimes these passengers, they like to put the window shades down, you know, like that one. Or is that just a weird... Yeah, there we go. See, get that window shade up. Come on. I wish you could disable that. I'm not sure if you can, but let me just move this around a little bit. Let's go back. There we go. Now we can move the window shade up. I'm going to just adjust this a little bit. I guess that's good. That's good right there. Save that. All right. Alright, number 1, let's get that one over to ground, get her fired up.
Operation complete, set parking brake.
Roger that.
Disconnecting tow, standby.
And he's very loud. Alright, again, waiting for 20 on the N2. There we go. Introduce fuel. Alright, we got our altitude set here, we've got our trim is done. We don't need to touch anything on here except for our initial heading, which is going to be, looking at my chart back here on the other screen. So 109. All right, we'll let him get out. Go 109. All right, we'll set the same thing here for the heading hold. I could have went around the other way. Or no, I'm going the right way. Alright, 109, 109, and then we'll leave that one as is. Alright, that's good.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time on other side flight.
Alright, we'll get our packs on, trim off, and APU off. Come over here and go to Gen 1. We'll get our pitot heat on. Alright, everything else up here I think looks good. Yep. Alright, we just gotta put this light on like that. We can get our logo off. We don't need that. And strobes right there are off right now. Okay, super. We'll get these over to low ignition for departure. Right, we're ready to go, and I think we see him. There he is. He's just pulling away. So he already jumped out and gave us the thumbs up. All right, we're gonna just hit our taxi lights on here. It's nice daytime here. We're gonna be taxiing off around to that side and out to the runway. Actually, let's take a look outside. I'll show you. That's loud. Alright, so we're right there. We'll come around this way. And then looks like maybe down here. Or we'll take the second one. I'm not sure about the ramp right here. We'll come around this way and head over to this runway for departure. Parking brake off. Bring some power up. And I do have the sound volume all the way up, so we'll turn that down after we take off, so it's not so loud. So we'll check everything right there. I'll look outside. And Nice over here is a nice airport. Needs a little bit of activity, but I didn't turn on my XLiF airplanes just because I'm doing a recording here right now, and I feel like having even less frame rates. But yeah, this is nice scenery here. I think this is default. I haven't loaded anything else, and you know, like I said, we got a lot of stuff there. I kind of just wish the terminals were a little bit better done up. All right, let's see what I would now see. This we may be going off. Yeah, see, I'm starting to. I got to add some more power here because even though we got taxiway lines, the ground texture is not concrete in X-Plane here. So it's almost like we're off, you know, taxiing through the dirt right here. And it's the only issue I see here. Alright, as soon as we get back on this concrete, it's gonna go flying up ahead of us here. There we go. Alright, power back down. Hopefully that was the only part that we run into there. Let's take a look outside again. This may be a little loud. Alright, the rest of it looks good. Looks like we got concrete all the way out this way. So, alright, let's get our flap set for takeoff. So that's position 5. We already set our speed bugs here for 5 flap departure. That sets our little tabs here. Slow down just a little bit. We'll put our strobes on now. Notify the cabin crew. Get my view nice and squared up here. Alright, so transponder is on, lights are on, just waiting on the landing lights until we get onto the runway. Strobes are on, and flaps are set, trim tab is set. Alright, we're going to depart out of here, make a right turn to a heading of 109. Pick up our course. Headed for Rome.
Approaching 04 left. On runway 04 left.
Alright, let's get our landing lights on. And bring the power up slowly. Takeoff power set.
$80 knots.
rotating. Alright, goodbye Nice. Gear up. Start making our turn. Go to flaps 2. Alright, I'm going to turn that volume down a little bit so I don't have to yell. Let's take a look at Nice here. Flaps all the way up, landing gear to off. Get our outboard landing lights off. Trim back down here a little bit. Kind of looking at the scenery a little bit too much. Let's fly the plane. I actually want to see the scenery because I did do ortho all the way up the coast here to Monaco. So let's do a flyby. Hopefully this ain't too loud. There we go. Get out of that haze. We can see some of this nice ortho here. Now from Nice, I'm assuming is that Monaco right here? It looks like it. Yeah, I think this is Monaco right here. It's sort of the Formula One race takes place right along here. Very cool looking. I'll have to come in here and edit some of this and edit the ortho tiles. Alright, let's get back in the plane here and start flying it again, my goodness. Alright, so I'm going to hit elevator autopilot here so I can at least set it and forget it, kind of. And get my hand off the yoke. Alright, we want to come to a heading of 109. Kind of there, but we're a little bit off on the VOR here. Let's see what will bring us back in. Yeah, about a 30-degree intercept, so we do want 109 though. So I'm just going to keep 109 right here, and we'll go over to heading hold. So I'm going to engage that. And we'll do heading. I should turn that a little bit first. Actually, going to turn back the other way. Power back a little bit here. Just a little bit. We are climbing pretty quick, so let's drop the nose down here, get down to about the 2,000 feet per minute here. That'll bounce back up, and we can get our speed picked up again. Get the rest of our lights off, and those can go to off. And let's do, actually I think I have keys for this. Yes, there I do. Good. So let's go to about 129. Let's give it about a 20-degree intercept for what we want. See if we can get that needle to come back in. Alright, now we can take a look outside here. Just some scattered conditions. And if we can't see everything we want to see, we'll get rid of those scattered clouds. Let's bring up our AviTab, just so we can kind of cheat here. Let's see, maps. Zoom out a bit here. Alright, there we are. So another 10,000 feet to go. I think our leisurely time here, but yeah, so there's Monaco, and zoom in again. Yeah, Nice and Monaco pretty much right next to each other there. Zoom out here and I'll show you where we're going. So we're going to Rome, crossing this little peninsula right over here. Then we turn inbound a little bit, scoot the coast, and in we go. I'm going to get that out of the way. Put that down here. Get that noise level down just a little bit more. Alright, our needle's starting to come in. So this leg was 150 miles, so 75 miles out, we'll switch over. We should, well, we're already picking this up, but we'll switch out halfway between. We'll switch over to the next VOR there. Let's get on our 109 track here. Yeah, except I want to see stuff. See, I did all this ortho work, so let's get rid of this. Let's just go to some Cirrus. There we go. I want to see the scenery. There we go. What is that? Got an aircraft carrier in the bed. Alright, so goodbye to France. On our way to Italy. Let's see if we got anything up ahead. Yeah, see, here's this little peninsula we're going to be crossing over. Don't know what that island is. Sorry, I'm not fluent in the geography of the Med, other than, you know, the obvious, Italy, and some of the other locations. Let's take an outside view here. I'll turn this down quite a bit so we don't get overloaded. A very nice Pan Am livery. I'm gonna shininess on the bottom. Very nice. It's a nice shot with the clouds and the sun. Yeah, I haven't even taken a look at this livery very much. I literally just downloaded it right before I started the recording here. But yeah, that's nice. I like that. I love planes that have like the bare metal. It just looks so neat. Alright, let's get back in here. And we must put our flight director on also. Nope, we crossed our crossed our line here again, so let's go ahead and turn back. Too busy looking at delivery. Let's go back to about 105, see if we can't capture that. Well, we'll do 100. Coming up to our altitude, keep an eye on my airspeed. Don't mind the little trim thing on here that I think is sort of a known bug in this plane. There we go. Or did we lose it? Yep, we're on it. Let's go over to VOR. should have locked on my VOR. Or did we lose the... no, we lost it. So let's just go over, let's just stay on heading right here. And yeah, we lost the signal from the actual VOR, but we can pick up the second one here. So let's do this. As we get up to our altitude, we're going to go over to manual. Alright, and then we're going to swap our VORs here. So we want to go to 114.7. Flip that over. Alright, there we go. We got 109. That should come back and be pretty close to us. Pretty good. Now we'll go over to VOR lock and I'll make a slight turn there to pick that up. Let me clean the windows there a bit. There, there's our altitude. Alright, so strobes can come off now. Those aren't the strobes, see? I'm used to the Zibo. Well, you know, you fly a plane like 2 or 3 times, you get so used to where everything is. Alright, so that surely should be down all the way. Anti-collision, wing off, logo off, strobes off. Alright, here's our nice little island here, whatever that is. So I did do this little peninsula, at least in ortho, because I knew we were kind of going to be flying by it. Let me set the Rome VOR, which is our final one here. Oh yeah, once we cross this VOR here in 86 miles, we turn to a heading of 123. So let's set that right here, just as a reference, and then we scoot the coast all the way to Rome, and then we do a visual into the airport there. The VOR there is 114.9. Did I already set that down here? I don't remember. Nope. Easy enough. I'll just put that right there, 114.9. Alright, there we go. Looks like we're picking up our VOR. It's making some little adjustments for us. And let's keep an eye on our airspeed here. Don't want to overspeed it too much. We are at Mach 0.74. Kind of want to stay right about there. And I'm using these indications right here, which I don't even know. Oh, sorry about that. EPR, I have to look it up to see exactly what these different numbers are. I'm assuming that's max right there. EPR exhaust something. So we can set these, can't we? 215. I guess that's like preset for the max. But anyway, I found out that about 177-ish will get you a steady airspeed here in cruise in the you know, mid to high 20,000 flight levels. Looks like we got a little bit of cirrus here, 25,000 feet. We'll get rid of that too if it's in our way. I want to see this island. So there's the mainland off the side. We'll be turning towards it. Now I don't have ortho on this entire thing. Like I said, just the way it worked. One of the squares was on the well, I guess this is the eastern side. Let's take a look outside. Yep, there you go. can even see where the square was. So all of this on this side is ortho. This is generic. Yeah, all of this is all ortho. Nope, except for one little tip. Look at that. That's generic right there. That's where the square is. You're gonna see. I don't know if you can see this on the video, but there's a little bit. You know, when you have ortho, you know, stitching to generic, you get these little lines right across here like that. And that's how you can tell what's what. So I didn't want to spend an entire another square just to get this little tip. Although when you're doing the ortho in Ortho 4XP, you can't really tell. Kind of looked like it had the whole thing. Looking nice. Now I think our VOR is, let's see. Yeah, it's in the island past it. So it's in some other island back here. Not this one. But there's another one out here. I don't know if it's this one right here that we're heading for. Maybe. Back in there. Alright, let's take a look at this. Here, I'll show you the map too. So here's where we are. Yeah, so our VOR is over here. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. Yeah, whatever this place is, I think I want to visit it. Looks neat. And so, yeah, obviously this little island here did not get picked up on the ortho or that one. Here, we'll keep an eye on it this way. Alright, so I'm looking at this, I'm looking at Google Maps just to figure out where we're at. So is this Corsica? I'm not sure if that's the, I feel like a stupid American. I don't know what the hell I'm flying over here in Europe. And Google Maps isn't very helpful either, because it's just got a sort of a local language. So I'm assuming it says Corse. So is it Corsica? What the heck is it? As we bounce around a little bit here. Alright, let's bounce back in here. We are picking up our VOR for Italy, for Rome, 125 miles out, so I'm actually going to switch over to that. So let's just go over to manual. We'll flop over to 114.9 on the primary here. And we're going to take a direct course to it, so let's see what that will do. Yep, actually, I'm going to go out this way. Wrong way. There we go. So right about 120. Yeah, 121. We were thinking it was going to be 123 as soon as we pass that VOR. So let's go ahead and hit VOR lock. So again, this is mainland Italy, and we will not have ortho until we get a little bit closer to Rome. But I do have, I think, like 4 tiles in the Rome area. I might do a little bit more because I'm kind of exploring the Mediterranean here. I'll have to do a little bit of VFR general aviation flying around here and really get into some of the scenery here. Alright, so we actually should start our descent. We're that close. We'll wait for 100 nautical miles and then start our descent into Rome. I'm just looking at my other screen here. I'm going to take a close look at the actual layout of the runways. Let's see what will be fun to fly into here. And so it's right on the coast, and I think we'll take runway. What is that? I'm just going to guess. Yeah, unfortunately, no airport information up on the SkyVector. You know, they don't have the approach charts or anything like that. So let's see if we can get something off of AviTab here. We'll close that out. Let's go. I might have some approach charts here. Let me see what I got. World Italy, super. I don't know what I got, but let's see what we got. I don't know if that's going to be very helpful. I was trying to get a document in here, but I don't think I got. Yeah, that's not going to help us here. All right, scratch that. We're going to guess, but there's one that is runway that comes along the coastline. We're going to take that one. I guess I could look it up on my other screen here. So it's LIRF airport layout. Let's see if we can get a chart here. We got oh, here we go. I might have something here. Arrivals. Boarding area maps, routes. Come on, I just want an airport. I just want the text, the airport diagram. Let me do that again. SkyVector. Here we go. All right, I got some. No, that's not. Wrong airport. All right, forget it. We're gonna wing it. All right, but we are in our descent phase here, so let's go ahead and bring the power all the way back, and we're going to take our altitude hold off, bring the nose down, get about a 2,000 foot per minute rate of descent, or 3,000, something like that. See where we end up here. 3,000 a little better since we're coming in pretty close. So power is back. Let's get our strobes on. I forgot to reset that, so let's get that down to about 2,000. And we should definitely see where we get the ortho. This is default right here. Still looking nice, but I think I'm gonna do a little bit more of Italy on the ortho side. I bet you this would look real nice with the ortho. Well, we are 66 miles out from Rome. We're pretty much going to make a straight into whatever runway that is. It is runway. There's 0725. I wish I had like an airport diagram. So we got 1634. I'm guessing that's not that one. Maybe. There's a left and right. Alright, I got it. 1634, left and right. And center. Oh, so we may be doing, yeah, we may be doing, let me see. That would be heading south, 16 left. So 16 left is 12,802 feet long, huge runway. There's 10,000 feet, and we are 53 miles out, so let's slow up our descent here just a tad. We need to get slowed up anyway, we're pretty fast. Again, power is all the way back. I'll let our speed bleed off here. So let's just set a little marker here, 16. I don't know the exact heading of the runway, but we'll just set 160. Or actually, we're doing 16 right. That's what we're doing. 16 right. Really shallow up our descent here, almost level off here. Start bringing in a little bit of power here, try to keep about 250. Alright, so what I'm going to do is just sort of set our VOR for 16. We'll just follow the VOR in generally for straight in to one of the 16 runways. I'm assuming I'm going to do 16 right. We'll go to heading here. Let's change our heading a bit off so that we can kind of intercept this. Alright, here we go. And then let's go back to heading hold. So we'll make a turn inbound here a little bit. Keep our descent in. We'll try to intercept that inbound heading. And we're only 30 miles out, so it should be pretty quick. Keep our descent going here. Try to keep our airspeed at 250 or lower. Throttle's all the way back. Bringing up a little bit of spoilers there to keep our airspeed in check. I think we're still picking up our ortho over here. Like I said, I'm looking for that that little line. That still looks kind of defaulty. But anyway, this will be nice because we're going to come over some of this. This does look like ortho over here, so I don't know if it switches over someplace right here. We'll see. The airport is someplace right over here on the coast. I think I see our little ortho line right over there. Get ourselves slowed up a tad. Spoilers back down. Alright. I got the autopilot off, so I'm gonna go ahead and hand fly it from here on out. Is that our airport up ahead? I think it is, maybe. We'll hold right about here. I don't know if I had my mic on, but yeah, we'll hold right about here for 4,800 feet. I think that's our airport up ahead, and you can see the ortho line right here. So this is all default. We're going to fly over, and there's our airport. We're going to take this runway here to the right, and autopilot is off. I'm hand flying it. If I didn't catch that on the mic being turned off. Yeah, I'll have to do a little bit more ortho here. Like I said, I want to do some VFR flying here in Italy. It looks like I like the terrain. I'm used to the Southwest where there's mountains and everything else. I don't really like flying around places where it's like completely flat. It's kind of boring. Alright, 20 miles out, I can see the airport. Yep, there it is. We're going to be taking this runway right here. So we're going to fly out here, make a right turn onto final. And you can see where the ortho starts, is this line. Everything back here is all ortho, or XP photorealistic. We'll start getting ourselves slowed up here a little bit. 18 miles out, let's bring the power back, get down to about 190. So I'm gonna use some spoilers here to get us slowed down. Alright, spoilers down. Coming up to 215. Here we go. Flaps 1. And flaps 2. Start retrimming here. Let our speed kind of bleed off here. And try to hold right about 3,500, 3,000 here as we come in. There we go. Now you can see all the ortho. We'll do a replay of the approach here. Get it nice and smooth. All right, let's go to 5 on the flaps. There we go. There's a good shot of that stitching for ortho. Alright, let's start getting our turn here in a little bit. Alright, we're going to go to 10 on the flaps, about 12 miles out. Continue our shallow descent here. Alright, ignition to low. You can see our needle's starting to come in here for our VOR. Again, that's a VOR, I don't know exactly where it is. It's someplace on the airport, so I'm just using it as a general guide here, but we're VFR. We're doing a visual here. To 16 right, it looks like. Kind of overshot it there a bit. Yep, I know. Had the autopilot off for a while there. Forgot to click on that. Alright, we're about 8 miles out. Let's go gear down. Flaps 15, 25, and 30. Let's take a quick look at our approach chart here. 30 degrees, 125 for the speed is what we're looking for. That's at touchdown. Alright, flaps are 30. Landing gear is down, 3 green. Flaps are set at 30. Green light on the leading edge. Engines are set to low ignition. And we'll get our landing lights on. We're ready to land. A little low here looking at the FAPI lights. There's the outer marker. Just waiting to pick up the PAPI lights here, and then we'll throttle back and start descending down on the glide path. Alright, there's one white light. There's two. Throttle back, let the nose drop.
Approaching 16 right.
Retrim. Going down a little bit too quick. Alright, looking good. See if we can't get that high-speed turn off up there. Alright, middle marker.
200.
Looking good right on our airspeed. A little bit low on the glide slope, but that's the way it usually ends up in X-plane, it seems.
100.
Got a nice long runway here, so no worries. Yeah, this plane tends to want to drop right out of the sky anyway. I'm going to keep my power up just a tad.
10,000 feet remaining.
That altitude, ooh, that was a little bit hard. Alright, thrust reverse is engaged. Alright, there's 70 knots. Stow the reversers. Flaps up, spoilers down. little bit of a hard landing there, but that's that says this plane tends to wanna drop when it does when it gets into like kind of ground effect. It's a little quirk of this airplane. I've heard it discussed before. And like I said, I've been flying the Zibo a little bit more over the last week and a half, so you get used to one airplane. Alright, let's find a place to park and do a replay here. I think I'm going to take this one here somewhere. So, welcome to Rome. Let's get our landing lights on, or off. Taxi light on. Strobe lights off. I think we'll take one of these gates here. Right here, 703. Looks good to me. Alright, taxi lights off. These guys can go to off. And nobody to guide us in here. So we'll just eyeball it. Alright, that looks good to me. Let's set the parking brake. I said set the parking brake. Well, we don't have any ground power, but we're going to shut down anyway. Alright, let's do a replay of that approach and call it a day. Hope you like that. Something a little different. Some of my flying around in Europe. Yeah, we'll do it from there and take a look at some of the scenery. So let's hit that. Let's take a look outside here. We'll go from there. Let's hit some music. Alright, so if you haven't done so already, hit the like button. That helps the channel. Hit the subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. I do X-Plane 11 videos, general aviation, airliners. I like that view there, actually. There's our flaps coming down. Should be on the ground here in a minute. Like I said, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, subscribe, and we'll do a little bit of flying here in the Mediterranean here for the next few flights, probably. Take care.
100.